My mind is so preoccupied right now because I have to renew my real estate license. I got a sale, thankfully, just left the post office. Grateful to God for that. Grateful that I had the money to pay for my real estate courses. Grateful I have the time, the energy, the capacity to study all day, read hundreds and hundreds of pages for the next 2 weeks. That's my goal, is to really lock in. I really didn't factor in. I think that's why I'm preoccupied and got a little irritated at first, because I didn't factor in how much study time this would require. I just forgot. I was so consumed about how am I going to afford to pay for this? How am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for this? That I totally neglected my schedule, my time. And prior to this, I was complaining about, this is before I caught myself in my mindset about replacing worry with Jesus. And I was complaining about, oh my God, business is so slow. I don't have any sales. And this is in my transaction coordinator business. I don't have any sales. How am I going to make money? And God is teaching me to just be grateful for the smaller sales that I get, because it all adds up. And not just financially, but you guys have seen me walking. You guys have been seeing me take different routes home, and like right now I'm going to take a different turn and go this way. Normally I would go that way, but you guys have seen me go on these journeys and show up for the vlog, show up for myself, and walking helps me physically, which then helps me mentally. So I've gained more than just money, and I had to really check myself about my worry and even worship of money, and how I was just so consumed in it and not having it or not having enough. And really just learning how to be patient means you have to accept the good and the bad as it's happening, and know that it's still going to get worked out. It's still going to happen. It's not going to be on my timing. It's definitely going to be on God's timing. So I need to be aware of that. And instead of asking how over and over again, I just do. And if I don't have anything to post on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, then I pray. If I don't have any listings or sales in my transaction coordinator business, I pray. So many other things. I was writing that in my journal today because, again, it was talking about, just replacing your worry. And if you want more peace of mind, you seek Jesus. And in just a week, I felt that shift. And normally, this is a week where I'm PMSing and I'm easily irritated, I'm easily angered, I'm easily just wanting to isolate myself. But without even realizing it, because I was putting God and because I was prioritizing Jesus and replacing my worry with Jesus and prayer and conversations and just doing the work, I barely noticed or barely had incidents where I was throwing a fit. There was one time, because when I was having to do my real estate study, I got overwhelmed because I realized, oh my God, this is one of 100 or 50 something pages of like 1,000. And I got overwhelmed because I started focusing on the finish line instead of focusing on being where I am in this moment on page 10. Just be at page 10. Why do I need to be spending time at page 1,000? I'm not even there yet. So this is a lot of work of being intentional. Being intentional, being mindful, being patient. I know a lot of us struggle with patience because we don't really know what that looks like. Because we've always been in a rush, Beat traffic, beat the lights, be there early. Oh no, I'm late. Now I have to make up some sort of lie why I was late so I don't get in trouble. Or whatever the case, See, like right now, I'm going to take a different route. Just make sure the cars behind me see me, because they're all in a rush to turn and get to their next destination. And that's one thing I've just let go of is if there's resistance, I'm not going to fight it. If too many obstacles are in my way, I'm not going to force it. Like another thing, my passport is about to expire. And I was so focused on how am I going to afford this? Another thing. I've had this on my list for at least a year. I had it in my awareness for a year, and somehow I still didn't put money away to pay for it. It's only like $130. And now that the time is here, I'm scrambling. But I'm shifting my perspective and realizing, oh, okay. So there's a lot happening in the world. A lot, especially with these flights. And had my passport been up to date in these last 3 months, your girl would have been traveling back to back to back to back. I would have found the money because I love to travel. It's one of my joys. So just shifting my perspective on a daily basis. When I do complain, taking the time to just stop, pause, reframe my thoughts. For every complaint, what is another opportunity? Every time I worry, just stop. Even if I don't know what to pray about or what to ask for or what to even say, you stop and just ask, what would Jesus do? I used to wear one of those bracelets, and I used to think that they were kind of corny. What would Jesus do? But I was young. I was like 19, 20 years old at the time. No, maybe a little older, maybe 21. And in my mind, I was like, this is child's play, right? Fast forward to me at 40, I'm considering, I just saw them the other day. I just found them the other day. And I'm considering wearing one of those bracelets again, or maybe even getting it tattooed on my wrist or something, because that one question alone opens up the dialogue. It opens up my heart to more peace. It opens up my mind to more ideas or creativity, or just the awareness and the reminder to just, hey, slow down, be patient, don't rush. You don't have to do that right now. You can just chill. Like instead of crossing this street, I'm gonna just wait for this light to change, because there's just too much construction on that side. So that's my journey. With a lot of patience, a lot of intentionality, letting go of worry, letting go of stress, in order for me to just live a more peaceful, worry-free life. It doesn't mean that things aren't going to come up and bills don't have to be paid. It's just more so I just have faith and belief that it's all going to get taken care of.